afternoon everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's the Tuesday after the cars and coffee. Hope you all enjoyed that video, and well, as much as the missus enjoyed the drive home. Hopefully a bit more than that, but yeah, so you probably heard in that video there's a couple of clunks coming from the back of the car, and so basically I was looking at changing the rear axle next week, but when we're traversing the field to get into the parking spot, obviously it's quite fairly rough. So what it's done something to the axle on the driver's side. So I've got some metal on metal creaking every now and again on it, which obviously don't like. So I've just got the car up on all the axle stands. The reason I've got the front up in the air is obviously I'll have to remove the exhaust. So when I refitted it, I didn't have the car that high on the axle stands, and it was a bit of a fucking pain in the ass, to be completely honest. So this time around, as you can see, it's fairly high. Oh, to have a two-poster ramp, eh? But there you go. I haven't, and it's just tough shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on a time lapse. I'm going to remove the two rear wheels, and I'm going to leave it at that for today. So that's the first shift done. So it won't be too long before we'll be removing the axle and swapping everything over onto this beauty. So it's just a small matter of the two rigid pipe to flexi pipe, or braided hoses, brake lights to remove basically. So let me just bear with the shaky camera for a minute. I have been spraying this for this here for the last 5 weeks really, in preparation for removing the axle, with penetrant spray, and obviously rubbing it with cleaning it with a wire brush. So all being well, that will come off, and of course we've got the main T-piece from the car, with this being obviously a 1.6, it's a single line to the back, a split to the to both sides. So yeah, we'll hopefully it'll all go pretty well. It's quite nice to work from with a clean floor, to be honest. So let's reposition it up so I'm not blinding myself. So of course we've got the pipe that comes in onto the T-piece there from the car, which I haven't really been able to get to. So we'll see. So yeah, I've been able to get to those. These, I have a horrible feeling they're going to be an absolute fucking pain in the ass, to be honest, which is why I'm leaving them alone and splitting them here. So I'll actually get this released from here, so that these will stay on the car, and that will be all the involvement I have with those, because I'm really keen not to disturb them, to just leave them in peace, to be honest. So yeah, that's my biggest fear really, yeah, I don't really want to talk too much about it, to be honest. So hopefully we can release them there, we can drop the beam, obviously get the exhaust off, drop the beam, and get everything swapped over and put it back in. That's the plan. That's the plan. We'll see how that goes. So I'm going to put in a quick time lapse. I'm going to take the rear wheels off, and I'll catch it with you on Saturday when I plan to do the rest of the job, which is removing the exhaust, splitting the brake lines, and loosening off the mounting points for the axle to the shell. So catch you on Saturday. Good morning everybody, happy Saturday. Made it through the week, and what a very busy week it's been in work for me this week. It's been really busy. So I made some headway this morning actually. So as you were aware from ages ago, I carpeted the floor, so I've had to cut these flaps in the carpet to reveal the axle mounts. So basically all three of the mounts have released without issue. All three have released without issue, so good on that front. And more importantly, I've been looking and sorting out to releasing the brake lines. So you might recall from last week's from earlier in the video that I had grave concerns about being able to release these pipes here. With a bit of effort, I am happy to report that this one has cracked off and the other side has been cracked off too, with the grip wrench really fucking tight. But happy days. So the next part, or the next bit I need to do, is to try and release the flexi hose nuts that hold it onto the bracket. I'm going to give them a go, see how that goes. Failing that, if they don't play ball, what I'm going to do is I'll just remove the bracket. I'll remove the brake line, the rigid pipe, then I will remove the bracket and leave the flexis, leave the braided hoses hanging there, so I can still remove the axle and swap everything over. So that's plan A and plan B, so we're all good. So I've also removed the axle this morning. Jesus. The exhaust, as you can see, lying there. I've also, with great difficulty, released the tank strap bracket. As you can see, it's a bit red. Wasn't too bad. Wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be, but I'm glad that is sorted. It's done. So I need to clean that down, put some rust treatment in there, clean the threads out, and put some copper crest grease in there, because I've got some new fasteners to go in on that one. So yeah, we're not too bad. So next job, the rest I'm going to show you how I release the handbrake cable. So, and we shall crack on. Pardon the shaky camera, just getting my ass up from underneath the car. And I can do that. So I'm just going to put you on a small tripod. Right, welcome back everybody. So nice and easy this one, and I haven't actually had to slacken the cable in the car, so I use an adjustable wrench to grab the lever arm, and I'm going to use a pair of pliers to just drop that away, and then come round. So you just literally pull the cable out from the caliper and move that out of the way in there. Oops, shaky camera again. And I'm just going to do the same with the other side. In fact, I might get away with using the pliers on this one actually. Let me just get you there. Oop. The legs are a bit bollocksed on this little tripod. I haven't used it for ages and ages, but right, hopefully you'll get. Is that going well this morning, isn't it? Right, okay. So, yeah, push this out with the thumb and pull the cable out from the caliper, get it out of the way over there. So that's the handbrake cable. The exhaust's off, the handbrake cables are off, so it's just the brake lines. The bracket's off obviously for the tank strap, so it's just basically the releasing the brake lines. And I've already cracked off all 6 mounts for the axle, so I should be able to lower the axle. So I'm not gonna just get you around this way. So I'm not gonna film taking the brake lines off. What I'll do is I'll catch you in a bit and let you know how it went. Welcome back. So as I was kind of thinking, I couldn't undo the nuts that holds the braided hose from the bracket, so I took the brackets off and I've left a bit of the old pipe in to blank it off. It looks absolutely shite, but it does move. It has rotated out, so, and it's the same with the other side, so not too bad at all on that stage. So what I'm going to do is obviously remove them all the way out, put them back in to use to kind of stop any brake fluid from leaking out. So so that's the axle ready to come off. So got the tank strap brackets off, brake lines and brake cables off. So it just remains to just remove the axle now and start swapping things over. One of the things I realised that I hadn't bought this week was the male unions that go into the braided hoses into the caliper side, i.e. these bad boys here. So I'm going to pop down to the motor factors, see if I can get hold of a couple. I'll buy 4 just in case. I thought I had some in stock, but I haven't, so that's another job to do. But yeah, all being well, they should release from there. At least I'll have the axle on the floor, so I can have a go at that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Failing that, I'll buy some braided hoses, the small sections, and I'll just put new ones in. If that's the case, we'll see how that goes. So right, time to remove the axle. So what I've done, because the car's that much higher, you might remember I 3D printed this useful little bit. So I realised the car's that much higher I needed to make a taller one, so I've made a taller one. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put you on a time lapse, get the jack underneath the axle, release the 6 mounting nuts, and lower the axle and pull it away from the car. So see you in a minute. Well, that job grew arms and legs. That was awkward to say the least. I'd forgotten after replacing 2 of these in the past, I might add, that you can't release that and take the axle out. I forgot. It was wedged in between the torsion bar and the beam. But anyway, went to try and open it. It got caught and twisted the bracket, so I went to remove this bit here, which I wasn't expecting to do. It just spun round and rounded off. So thankfully I've got a set of these extractors, flute extractors, spiral extractors, whatever they're called, but it got me out of jail because that one little 10mm nut could have the job up. What made it worse, to drop the axle down, this is corroded in to this Group A mount, this aluminium one. Absolutely dissolved. If you look at it, it's crazy. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to get my fucking mount back. I'll just cut the head of the bolt anyway, I think. Yeah, ridiculous. Well out of shape, this thing as well. If you look at it, it's mad. Absolutely mad. Other than those 2 issues, it'd have come straight off, to be honest. Would have been okay. But anyway, it's off, and in a very, very, very sorry state. So it's now past 11. I started the job at 10 o'clock. So I was going to pop to the motor factors to get the unions. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to order some from Amazon, and they should arrive tomorrow. I'll have a look anyway. Failing that, it's not going to be back on the road this week anyway. But yeah, underneath it's pretty good. So I was a bit worried about how it was going to be on the shell where the mount axle bolts onto, but it's not too bad at all actually. Just a bit of wire brush, and I'll put some under seal in there. It's not looking too shabby, to be honest. So yeah, objective reached, which is the axle off. So I'm going to start the job of removing the bits from this axle, swap them over onto the new one, nice and shiny, beautiful, as Bernard Matthews used to say. So yeah, it's all good, it's all good. So I'll catch you in a minute. Right, welcome back. So the time lapse didn't work out for some reason. Anyway, I've managed to loosen and take these bits off. So I'll put the unions back in with the pipe obviously closed off, just to keep stop any shit from going in there. So this is released now from the bracket. Same this side. Excuse me, what? And what I've noticed here is that the bellows, well, the gaiters have completely gone this side. As you can see, it should look like that. Not sure whether I can get any replacements for that. Not sure. So yeah, I'll have to come up with something. If not, I don't like seeing them being out like that. Although it's only going to get very limited use the car, isn't it? Really. So yeah, we'll look into those. So the next stage is I'm going to put you on a time lapse. I'm going to push the axle forward, take the shocks off, the offside caliper, near side caliper, the discs. I've already removed, forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, I've removed the countersunk screws from both discs. So I was glad when they came up. Fairly straightforward actually, easily. So I'm going to put in a time lapse, going to remove those. I'm going to try also removing the bracket for the brake lines. They look pretty shit, to be honest with you. I think they're going to give me some grief, in all honesty. Once that's done, that's the axle off. I really don't. I'm gonna have to figure out the way. I think I'll end up taking the axle outside, grind the bolt head off to get the rear exhaust hanger mount off. And that's it then. That's the old axle finished with. So let's get in a time lapse. Catch you in a minute. Right then, so that's the brake pipe gas brackets taken off. This one sheared off. This one came straight out. So the only other job to do is to remove the shock absorber bolts, but they're going to be tight as. A mate of mine's got a puller, so instead of just trying to bash them out, heat it up and bash them out, what we're going to do is we'll get the puller on, extract those. We'll do that off camera. Don't really want to see that, to be honest. So yeah, I've got a bit of a repair to do in this little bracket, because of course I try to remove it with the impact gun. So I've got a bit of work to do to remove that in the first instance and straighten it all out. So yeah, other than that, it's all gone alright, isn't it? So no, not bad really, to be honest with you, not bad at all. So I'm going to put that next to the vise for another day to do it. The bits are all here, so need to see if I can find the dust covers or gaiters for this. There might be a service kit, I don't know. I'll have to do some looking into that one, so that's down on the list. So yeah, I'm going to tidy up the tools, put them in the box, and get everything in there. So and nibble away at the other jobs this week. So I'm going to end this episode here. Not really the most interesting of episodes, I appreciate that. So so they're going to be a little bit more on the technical side going forward. So at least I know the old axle's off, and I can start transferring, cleaning, checking, and put the new bits onto the axle before putting it back onto the car. So that's it for this week. As ever, thanks for following, thanks for subscribing, and I will catch you on the next one. Stay safe, look after yourselves, see you soon.